everyone. I keep saying rotate device. As much as I can rotate it. Hi. Hello. Oh my gosh, Akeem. I have been loving your videos. Really. A lot of great life advice and oh my gosh. Hi Tammy. Hi Nancy. Akeem, you got some good stuff on there. Good stuff. Nancy, I'm great. I've had a very good Sunday. Started off with lots of prayers and I'm crocheting. No, I'm knitting. I've been crocheting, knitting, diamond painting. A little bit of everything. I'm good. I just wanted to chat with you all and see how your day's going. How are you all today? Did you go to church this morning? Did you have family dinners? Did you see the kids? Yeah, colorblind was good. Colorblind was really an eye-opener. Really good. I liked that a lot. I mean, it's the year 2019. You know, people, it's just ridiculous the way people still are today. I had a conversation with my friend Wanda. Nancy, were you there? You did? Oh, Nancy, I'm telling you, I had just a phone call from my son last night. It made my whole night. He's 25. And for him to take, shh, Pikachu. For him to take his time out to call mom on a Saturday night meant the world to me. But Akeem, Nancy, were you on Wanda's Rolling with Life live chat last night? Because she was talking about like if the end of the world should come. Like we were all discussing that there's in America there's plenty of actual land that people could farm and all share and survive. But would people really all share the land and farm together and help each other? It's sad, but it's the absolute disgusting truth that people would probably just shoot each other, and people who have been saving up and preparing would be overtaken. I mean, I think, like, look at all the land that's not being used. You know what I mean? Like, way out. I mean, there's land everywhere that's not being farmed. If shit really hit the fan, as pardon my language, there's enough for everyone to come together and really help each other. But I don't think it would happen. I think people in the country might be more prepared. But look at trash alone in the cities. Where does the trash go? I mean, those trashmen went on strike a few years ago. Remember? They went on strike, and I mean, the trash piled up like crazy in like 2 days. Hi, Sue, honey, love you. But I don't know. I read a lot of books on that subject, like um, fictional books, and it's like, I don't know. I think it could be done, but I don't think it would be done. End ties, people. I think so. I really think so, Akeem. I think so. I think the people with guns and with more power would take from those who don't have it, and I don't know. I mean, my daughter and my son-in-law were thinking about getting just a few goats and some chickens. I mean, not the end of times type of thinking, but just because the chickens would give them eggs and the goats would mow the lawn. They have a lot of grass, you know, but she does. Prepper Princess does have a lot of really good ideas. And that's what her name, Prepper. She's preparing for. I mean, I watch these movies and I think to myself, if things got that bad, I mean, I would either want to go with the rapture, Jesus, come get me with the rapture, and I do believe in God and Jesus died for my sins, and your sins. But I also think that I wouldn't want to live through that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to live through it. Just let the bomb land in my living room because I wouldn't want to deal with it. And it scares me that my grandchildren would have to live through that. You know. But anyway, what's another more pleasant subject we can all talk about? I'm like I told you, I got wait a minute, all these yarns. It is, Nancy, it's scary, honey. It really is. I got this yarn, which if you didn't see my last video, I'm making a tiny, teeny little slipper for my granddaughter. She's 8 years old, so this should fit her. This is just the length of her foot, of course. And I love the colors in this. I just didn't realize it was so thin when I ordered it. And I got this, which is so soft. It's the softest yarn I think I've ever had. And I'm making a cowl neck, short cowl neck for myself with this. Then I have like 10 projects going on. I got this one. Oh, okay, this one is for hat. I'm making a few tweed hats. This is tweed. This one, oops. All right. This one that I'm making my circular needles is going to be a blanket. Tried already to make my. Nancy, have you ever tried making something and tear it apart, and make something else and tear it apart, make something else and tear it apart? This poor yarn has gone through the ringer. I tried making, shh, Pikachu! I tried making my son a a hat. Then I tried making a scarf. I have 3 skeins of this, and I'm just gonna make a lap blanket. Cause I'm knitting on circulars, but I'm knitting flat. I'm not going in around. Am I buffering? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to buffer. I'm not buffering. My canary, he wants to come out. I'm not letting him out again. He had his fly time this morning, and that was enough. So, but for blankets, I do have 36-inch long stainless steel needles that I can make a whole blanket on one straight knitting needle. But I prefer to do the rounds. I mean, the circulars. I tried knitting in the round before. And unless you keep every little stitch exactly facing the same way at all times, it twists, and I got so frustrated. So I'm knitting a blanket flat, but on circulars. Sue, the parents-to-be, are good. I picked up each egg last night very carefully, and each egg was so warm. You could tell there's a baby in there. They're like really warm eggs. And then I put because she had gone out and she was eating, and I put my flashlight, and you can see little tiny veins. And I mean, the whole egg's like almost filled completely up, and you can see the veins. So I thought only 2 were gonna be viable, but all 3 of them last night were full and veins and heavy and warm. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna have 3 babies. So today I ordered, it's called a canary food, but it has egg mixture in it. I guess, like, say the parents don't feed the baby. You get this egg mixture. It looks like regular seed. And I know, I'm gonna be bananas when these babies are born. And but you can mix the egg mixture. You boil it, let it cool, mix it up with a little bit of water and some egg yolk, and they need that protein. So I've been googling everything. I've been searching everything. Oh, Aunt Dove's beautiful. Love doves. Parakeets. I had parakeets before, but I find them to be the ones I had. My personal experience, they were very squawky. Where the canaries sing. I did have an African gray parrot before, which said my name, and my husband got him in the divorce, so I hope he still says my name. And but the canaries just sing so pretty. And Sue, remember I'm supposed to go on vacation. Those who see Christianity as good will go against it, and those same people who go against Christianity will accept hatred. Yes, exactly, Akeem. And oh my God, Akeem! Excuse me. Okay, Akeem. My pastor. I didn't go to church this morning because my it's complicated, but I do live stream it, and that's what the pastor was talking about this morning. Was good is going to be seen as bad, bad as good, light as dark, dark as light, and everything's going to be opposite in the end days, and that's. I don't know what your all opinion is of the whole gender thing. But for me, that's a sign of the end of times because we are born a he or a she. Nowadays, there's no labels, there's no offending anyone. Everyone's a human being. Love, love, love. I mean, even in the 70s when they had love, 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 you were a boy or a girl. Because I tell you, my daughter went to an outing before. Love cocktails, Nancy. Cocktails are smart and they're beautiful. Um, my daughter went to an outing, pardon me, and we live in a small town, but there is one certain person who dresses up. It's a man, and he puts on a wig and wears a dress and he walks around town. Fine. But my daughter was at this big outing that was sponsored by her work. It was like a big kind of carnival thing, and they had girls' bathrooms and boys' bathrooms. Well, this person went into the girls' bathroom right after my two granddaughters. My daughter was not happy. She marched right in there and she got my two granddaughters and she watched over them. You know, and I'm not saying that people who do this are necessarily pedophiles. That's not the problem. But it opens the door for people who are pedophiles or people who are perverts to throw on a dress and say, oh, I identify as a woman, and go right in there and start taking pictures and do what God knows what. I'm not saying people who dress like that are pedophiles or perverts, but it leaves the door open for someone else to go in and say, I identify. Now you can't press charges on me because I identify, and if you press charges on me, you're discriminating. Exactly, Akeem. You do, Nancy. You know, I mean, I just think it leaves that door open for we can't offend anybody. We can't point at anybody. We can't label anybody. Everything's I identify as a rich old lady. Where's my money? I mean, come on. I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. You know? And Akeem, you're absolutely right. And it's the end of days. I do believe it. I mean, but Akeem, I have a question for you. Okay. And Sue and Nancy too. Because things are bad, okay? But back in World War II, when Jewish and Poland was invaded and all those horrible, horrible things were happening, don't you think the people at that time thought this is it, this is the end, this is the biblical revelation? You know, I mean, oh yeah, absolutely. That's right. And I think God made man and women differently, but in good ways. We complement each other. And Sue, you know, you have Bill home. And don't you and Bill complement each other's weaknesses and build up each other's, you know, your strengths and your weaknesses? You complement each other. You help. Where he fails, you're strong. Where you're strong, you know what I mean? And I think that's how God made men and women, to complement each other's strengths and weaknesses. You know, that's just my opinion, but I don't know. But there have been times in the past where, don't you think, like people during World War II, don't you think they thought, this is it, this is the end, and things just keep getting worse and worse and worse. When I was in high school, my friend had a big parrot. Ah! Exactly. Oh, Sue, that's funny, honey. And Nancy, yes. I mean, my son is now 25, and he's my baby. My other two are oldest, and yeah, it doesn't matter how old they get because we're always 20 years older. So it's like we always know more. Well, you girls know. I mean, when I say my other two, I really, the one girl I have left. Because, Akeem, you don't know this, but I did lose a daughter to a very violent crime when she was 24. And so that makes me think a lot about different things. Yes, we do support each other. And you have to. I mean, I think, and Sue and I were talking earlier about the lean times in a marriage being kind of the most important times. Thank you, Nancy, honey. Um, it's like it's something you don't see at the time. At the time, my husband and I, and we had the girls, and we were so poor. I was telling Sue we had to make a star on the Christmas tree from cardboard and tinfoil. And at the time, we were like, oh, I still wish we could give our children a better Christmas. But I look back, and we had so much love, and we woke up before the kids, and we couldn't wait to see their faces for the presents they had under the tree, and you know, yeah. So it's just sometimes hindsight is 2020, I guess. It's like those poor, dirt poor times sometimes were just the most loving and sweet and nice times. Because you see it on the news. Sometimes filthy rich people, they're still not happy. Money does not make you happy. And I have a friend who came into quite a. I don't want to go into too much detail in case she's watching, but we grew up together in the same town, same dirt poor situation. And she, unfortunately, came into quite a bit of money, but because one of her children got injured, and it was a lot of money. And I never seen a loving family go downhill so fast in my life. It's terrible. They're pit against each other. They're suing each other. They're just terrible. They were dirt poor, and they were a loving, good family. Then they had money, and it's just terrible. Exactly, Sue, honey. You know? So, what about you guys with children? Okay, back when my kids were little, every 6 months, and you know how kids are, Christmas comes, they play with a box. So, we, every 6 months, we'd switch out like half their toys. For love, money is love of money is the root of all. Yes, that's right. Akeem, a lot of people say the root of all evil is money, and that's not what the Bible says. You're right. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. That's right. But anyway, we'd switch out their toys like half and half every 6 months, and when they were in school and they weren't looking, and they'd be like, "Oh, I haven't seen this toy in so long," you know. And of course, Christmases and Easter's would go by, and they'd get more and more stuff, and it was just funny because, it gets to a point where their room is just so full of toys, you know. So switch it out, make them miss their toys. You don't know pain till you stepped on a Lego barefoot. So no, God's been good. I've been through a lot, and we've always had love, lots and lots of love, lots of love in our family. Even though we've been through a lot. So, have any of you ever tried or succeeded in knitting in the round? Because I wanted to make my daughter a infinity scarf, and you have to make sure every little thing is facing the right direction. And if one little stitch is twisted, the whole thing has to be scratched. And I tried so hard. Now, like from here, I could probably do it because I already have 2 or 3 rows. But I mean, from the very first row, you have to make sure everything's facing the right direction. To me, the first row is the hardest. It really is. That first row usually messes me up. But I have found a trick. If I'm doing the first row, and you know how sometimes it goes off on you, and you end up like way over here with your needles, you just take the middle piece, give it a twist, and put it back on that first needle, and then you're back to square one. So that works. Oh, and this happens. Sue, this is what you were telling me about, right? Sue, is this what you were, when it does this? Right? What a mess. What a mess. Oh, Akeem, can I ask you kind of a question that might be kind of sort of to do with race? Oh, Sue, that's funny. Yes. My neighbor taught me how to knit, and I remember a little bit of crochet from my mom. Okay, Akeem, okay. I don't want to offend. What is your opinion on like reverse racism? Like sometimes I'll be around someone of color and I'll feel like they just hate my guts and just because I'm white. And like my father's people were from Canada. My mom's people were dirt poor Sicilian refugees that married into Mohegan Indian, American Indian, a woman. My great 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 grandfather from Sicily married a Mohegan Indian woman. So I'm white, but I feel like apologizing for it sometimes. It's like, you know, is reverse racism, do you think it's a thing, or am I imagining it, or what's your opinion on that? Because I just, I feel like sometimes black people just hate me for no reason. Because I'm also from a small town, and I honestly, to be absolutely truthful, we had one black person in our entire town when I was growing up, and he was only half black. So, I mean, maybe it's me, maybe I'm paranoid, maybe I'm feel guilty and I shouldn't. I don't know. What's everybody's opinion on this? I really, really am curious to know your honest opinion, all of you. Sue, I hope you're typing. Nancy, Akeem, hello. Where is everybody? Okay. Oh, hi, Chloe, honey. Did you just miss my big question, Chloe? Did you get my big question? It's a loaded one. I'd love your opinion. Racism on all sides, yeah. Yeah. I guess so. I mean, Chloe, I'm watching that show on TV, that 60 Days In, where they plant people to go into prison for 60 days. Yeah, cause Sue, I remember being I was 5 years old. My grandma worked at Cushing Academy. Now it's a very small town, but Cushing Academy is a very prestigious school with people, rich people from everywhere. Reverse racism is just that ignorance. Yes. So Akeem, my grandma had this beautiful young colored girl visit because some of the college students would come, high school students would visit her because my grandma worked there. My grandpa did too. And I remember being a little kid and I looked at this beautiful woman and I looked at the palm of her hand and I said, "Your palm is white." And I touched her hair and I said, "Your hair is so pretty." And I said to her, "What color's your tongue?" My grandmother in the other room. I was only a little kid. I didn't know. I just thought this woman is the most beautiful lady I've ever seen in my life. And my grandmother smacked me and told me to go in the other room. Would you ask somebody what color their tongue is? Oh, boy. Yes, Chloe, our politicians do. I agree with that, yes. Yes, I do. Wait a minute. Yep. Feel sorry for the ignorance and prejudice for no reason. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that anyone should even feel awkward, you know what I mean? Because one on one, when we get one on one with each other, there's no color. There is no color once we're one on one with that person and we're friends with that person and we're talking away and we get to know each other. You could be yellow with purple polka dots, I don't care. There's no color. But it's just the whole bunch. And same with any race, because that 60 days in I was talking about, I mean, even the sheriff's office told them before they went in, if you're white, you eat with white. If you're Mexican, you eat with the Mexicans. If you're black, you eat with the black. You do not veer from your race. They will kill you. You stay with your race. And that is 2019. What the hell? Before I met Christ, I was hated on a lot by my own race. Oh. I'm Italian. Yeah. Isn't that something, Akeem? Gosh, you guys, I joined this new on YouTube, and I don't know how you watch something and you end up somewhere else. Well, I ended up on this YouTube account, and it's a black young man with an Asian young woman. It's called Slice and Rice. They're the cutest couple, and they're Christian, and they are celibate until they get married, and they just got engaged and getting married, I think, in the next 2 months. And they have videos of her meeting his family and him meeting her family and trying each other's foods, and she got her hair braided. It's just they're trying each other's cultures out, and they're so much in love. It's such a cute Christian young couple, which is rare to have a young Christian couple. They're called Slice and Rice, if you want to look them up, and they're just adorable. I just discovered them a few days ago. At some point, people need to stop crying about the past. Yes. Yes, Chloe. Yes, we're talking hundreds of years ago. Oh. Oh, that's bad it came. Plus we have to, the young people today have to be judged on their parents, their grandparents. It's sad. Youngest daughter got pushed into a locker. Parents came to the school. I received a call from the police officer. It said to me, "Oh, yeah." What happened? So, you know, okay, that brings us back around to what we were discussing earlier, which was the millennials saying no labels. This much of me believes that there should not be labels. There shouldn't be black, white, Asian, blah, blah, blah. But as far as male and female go, there is a male and there's a female. But the rest of us, we're humans. Akeem, isn't that, I'm not real up to date on my Bible, but isn't that what the Tower of Babylon was? So everyone could kind of be equal, or what was that all about? I'm not sure. What was the Tower of Babylon all about? Because I know, weren't they all working together, and then one moment, like, they couldn't understand each other? Everyone was speaking different languages. Yeah, the Tower of Babel. Right? Weren't they all working together? And then all of a sudden, boom, they all started speaking different languages, and they had to kind of pair up with whoever understood whoever. What was the purpose of that? I think I saw that in one of the Easter movies. You know what I mean? Like forever ago. Okay. And I said my daughter didn't say he was black. She said a boy. Didn't matter what he was. It's fact. She was push. Yeah, right? Isn't that? It's just, you would think in this day and age that nonsense would not matter anymore. We have bigger fish to fry, people. We have bigger fish to fry. Because you know what? We all bleed red. Crazy. Exactly, Chloe. And I think, okay, honestly, it's not so much the color of people's skin. I think it's because we were raised with different, we're just so different. The foods we eat, the music we listen to, the movies we watch, the language we speak, all of that all combines with your race, not just color of your skin. Because there can be, there's so many English speaking British people, and I'm prejudiced in the way I think British people are so smart. Excuse me. I think British people sound so intelligent and sophisticated, no matter what color they are. So, I don't know. Let me see. What are you saying? God's seen this, and at the time they all communicated in one language, so he changed their tongues. Okay. Yeah, but why? Unless someone has dual citizenship. Yes. Thank you, Nancy. He admitted and apologized to the charge. Oh, they're still friends today, so that's sweet. I mean, the whole Tower of Babylon, do you think even God was like, knock it off, people? You need to. I mean, weren't the first people from like Egypt or something? Like they were dark skinned people anyway, right? The first people in the Bible. I think they were dark skinned or Egyptian, Roman, I don't know. I think they were dark skinned. I don't know where we came from. But anyway, it's more than just um, color of skin. It's a whole dynamic of, something. Um, it's a whole dynamic of even us being in America. I'm from New England. We eat corn chowder. We have lobster with an A. And I've never had grits. I've never had, cornbread that I liked. You know what I mean? And people out west have different things, and people south, east, north, west. We're all so different, and that's just in America. Never mind the world, right? He's speaking in tongues. Oh, Akeem, I have spoken in tongues a few times. Akeem, I spoke in tongues a few times, all right? I was just in church, eyes closed, hands raised, and just all of a sudden, bleh, started coming out of my mouth. And I'm like, I didn't know what it was. I couldn't understand it. I think when you're so bleh in your mind and the Holy Spirit just comes out of you. And it was awesome. It was such a uplifting, beautiful moment. And I couldn't, I don't know what I said, but it just came out of me and it was beautiful. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Speaking in tongues definitely is a thing. And it does happen. It was beautiful. Exactly, Chloe. It's the Holy Spirit. I mean, the Holy Spirit just comes out of you. And I think my pastor explained it as even the devil himself doesn't understand it. It's only communication from the Holy Spirit in you straight to God. The devil can't understand what you're saying, and that pisses him off, which is good. So it's just straight from you to God. You know, that's how our pastor explained it. Because it just overtakes you. You can't plan for it. You can't do it on purpose. It just happens. So that was really cool. It's happened to me just a few times. And I actually, you know how they put the hand on you and you go out right on the floor? Until it happened to me. Oh yeah, it happened to me 3 times in my church. Twice from guest speakers and once from my own pastor. And one time my friend dragged me up there and she's like, me? My accent? um, my girlfriend dragged me up there, and one of the elders of the church, and I'm like, I had on a kind of a short, like above the knee dress and flip flops. It was summer, so and it was a guest speaker. So he went up, and I closed my eyes, and I'm just praying in the spirit, and he put his hand just barely touched my forehead. I'm on the floor. I'm like, and then you're out of it for a few seconds, and they put the cloth over you, and then the ushers help you up. Well, I'm in a short dress. My flip flops are slippery, so they help me up. My legs are going both south and west, and I'm like flashing the I had my granny panties on. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was so embarrassing. So, but anyway, I got up. But it didn't take away from the joy and the beauty of the moment. So, and that happened to me 3 times. And you don't expect it to happen. You just go up there and you're praying and you're really enjoying the service. All of a sudden, poof, you're out. And I watched it on TV and I'm like, there's no way that's real. It's real. Oh, thank you, Timmy. Chloe, yes, definitely pants. Long johns. Nancy, this is just the regular garter stitch for knitting. Sue, my grandparents came to this country from Ireland. Oh, it is, honey. It is what makes America so wonderful because we're the melting pot. America is the melting pot. We're from everywhere, and that's what we're supposed to be. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Yeah, never wear a dress above the knees again. Mm-mm. This is. It's just it's on circular needles, so this is what Sue was talking about, how it gets to be such a mess. Exactly. Yes, Chloe and mine were from Italy, and they were dirt poor. Yeah, Irish and Italians. Who else came? Like the first batch of immigrants, like the Polish, the hard workers. When I have the paperwork that says my great grandfather, who was from Sicily, I think it was Bruno Pedini, one of the Pedinis, married a full-blooded Mohican woman. And my sister and my mother both have the dark hair and the dark skin. I take more after my dad with the lighter skin and lighter hair, but yeah. Oh, I bet you they're beautiful, Nancy. Exactly, Timmy. Americans are immigrants. America is the melting pot. That's right, exactly. That's why I don't understand prejudice within America. It's a melting pot. All of our ancestors are from all over the place. Nobody should be prejudiced. It's like other countries have had their people in place for thousands of years. America is a very new country, if you think about it. Yes, Chloe. Chloe, yes. Yep. Yep, worked in the mills, worked on farms. Yep. You're right, Chloe. They don't. Yeah, the immigrants now are not like the immigrants of the past at all. Absolutely. It's terrible. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Um, I know, you know what makes me mad, Nancy? It's like people who are ignorant and make fun. Oh, they make fun of people. It's like that person knows 2 languages fluently. How many do you know? Right? I only know English. I don't know Spanish. I don't know Italian. I don't know French. Most people who know Latin or Spanish know English fluently too. They know 2 or 3 languages. We only know one, so they're more intelligent than I am. That pisses me off when people make fun of people. It's like, they're smarter than your ass. I would love to learn Italian, but this old goat's too old to be learning new tricks now. So, give me a topic, people. What shall we discuss tonight? Did y'all see my earlier video? I gave you a tour, another tour of my palace here. I like watching that live PD. That's always funny. Anybody have any summer vacations planned out already? Yeah, well, yeah. I do believe everyone should at least know English and then Spanish, because if you know Spanish, you can kind of figure out a lot of different languages too, because they all kind of go together. Yeah, Spanish is kind of the gateway for everything else too. Exactly. Rare hip hop. Well, rare hip hop, that's not very nice. Rare hip hop, what is your idea of immigrants? I mean, without immigrants, I wouldn't be here because my grandpa came from Sicily. A lot of people's relatives came from Sicily or from Poland or from Ireland. The word immigrant goes a long ways. Now, Sue, did you learn French or Canuck? Like Pepe used to call it Canuck. Kind of the slang French. I did my Pepe up in Canada. Oh, Chloe, you forgot it all already. Now, see, I just ignored that guy. Actually, I didn't see his comments. That rare hip hop. Didn't even see him until just now. Ignored him and he went away. Story of my life. Ignore it and it'll go away. That's what my ex-husband used to say about me. He is very rude, honey. I think he's gone now. I'll give no attention and he goes away. It really is. Okay, so this blanket, I think this is 190 stitches. So hopefully it'll be like a lap blanket. I got that right, Sue. Oh, Chloe. So Chloe, honey, did anything happen when I left? Wanda, is she okay? Everything went good? No drama? I had no idea that had happened again last Tuesday. because I left early last Tuesday. It's horrible. I think they'll get bored and just move on to somebody else. You know. I mean, with the technology we got, good. Yeah, Chloe, I can imagine you getting ignored. Chloe, I tried to give you that wrench thing and I can't. I'm gonna try something. Don't leave me now. I pushed on your name. It says report, remove, put user in timeout, or hide this user. That's all I get. Share, enable flash, mute microphone. Oh no. God, no. Okay. No. Chloe, I can't. When I press on your name to give you the wrench or Sue, I don't know what she's talking about with the wrench. I can't. It just says put you in timeout or block you. Oh, Pikachu! Shh! Shh! He gets louder. Shh! Go feed your wife. Pikachu's mad at me. Timmy, if you don't know who Pikachu is, he's my male canary. And him and his wife just had... Yes, oh yeah, yeah. They're canaries. And they just had 3 eggs that are all viable because I candled them, put a light up to them, and they all have babies in them. So within, I counted 4 to 5 days, we should have babies. I know, the flash blinded me. I know. I want to give her the wrench, but Wanda said to push the 3 little buttons, the 3 little dots. Wait, now, don't go anywhere now. Oh, what the